everybody, it's Christine Bertram. I am coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It has been a buzzing day for everybody, including me and the bees that are still here. Everyone would say, hi, look at us. There they are, my busy bees, helping fix things. That does happen, that we need to correct things, and well, today is no exception. So, what did Judy tell me this morning? She's like, "Wow, you had a rough night last night." Is that what you said? Yeah. I had a rough night last night. So, we tried our best to kit as much as we could before the holidays, and we figured out last night, that we had missed putting a piece of white ribbon in with the fruit cards. I think we figured that out, and then at the same token, we figured out that the arms all were the same color as the bases, and they aren't the same color as the mat. So it was just adding, we didn't take out the arms that are incorrect, it's just add in the arms that are correct. And then Diane was doing class this morning, and Diane's still here helping and put embellishments in a kit. They figured out that we missed putting a pool party ribbon. So, it's one thing to put one ribbon on a card, but you guys, we will put 2 and 3 ribbons on a card because that's how we roll. And we remembered one ribbon, but we forgot the other ribbon. So they're here helping cut up 96 and adding them to the kits. And then you get a phone call. Miss Becky Gandolfo calls 20 minutes before class. And are you live yet? And it's like, no, but like it takes time away from what you're working. Becky, it's okay. I handed the phone off to Annette. Annette helps out. And then I had 2 people pop in. And then it's like, okay, well, that's how it goes, you guys. We try our best to be not tardy, and it's hard. It's really hard. So we definitely try. So hello, Sherry Martin. Hello, Julie Bontranger and Sarah Merchant and Melanie Foy. There's Gwen Goda. Hi, Melanie Foy and Pamela Bernhard. There's Pat She Bischoff. Thank you so much for the birthday and New Year's wishes. Hey, Judy Sharp and Linda Kraus. There's Susan Bellamy and Mary Lemke. Mary Lemke, you tried calling. I could not get back to you right after you called. I had an hour and about 15-minute conversation with my upline this afternoon, and that took time that I wasn't expecting. And Jean Terwilliger, we were supposed to chat today, and I don't know if that's going to happen now. Hi, Chris Robinson. Hi, Jean Shute. Hi, Barbara Godby. There's Vanessa Ritter. Hi, Connie Moore and Judy Bell. There's Barbara Godby. Oh, yeah, the gang's all here. Hi, Hope. Hope, I did get an envelope from you today. I saw that you had sent a check, so that did come. I'll also write that in a message to you that I got it. And there's Donna Grushke. Hi, Doris Munson. And there's Debbie Gass. Hi, Janet Jenkins. Whoop, whoop. Hey, the gang's all here. And who else do we have? Hi, Karen Wetstein. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Mary Schreiber. Hi, Randy Schultz. Hi, Deanna Stell. There's Maria Gilbertson. Hi, Polly. Hi, Georgine. Long time no talk. And there's Darby. All right. So we have the Otters class upon us. It will be happening here momentarily. We're going to make 4 awesome Otter cards. And you, the girls, any advice for our people today about the Otters class?
No.
Take your time. They say take your time. So it's all good. So we'll be doing Otters here momentarily. I'll do roll call as well. A little update in case you guys didn't catch last night. We did have the Fun Folds launch class, and we made 4 cards. I'll drop the camera down here momentarily. I did have lots extra at the moment. I have not emailed the PDF. I think Jolene watched the live last night and she made updates to it. And I think it was in my inbox after I went to bed. I did actually go to bed before midnight last night, or I was in bed before midnight, which was amazing. And I think that came in after. So I have not put it in the Inspiration Hive yet, and I have not emailed it out to the attendees yet. So that's coming. Now this Otters class though, for anybody that was signed up with in my list by Monday, I actually emailed that out on Monday. So if I hadn't quite added you to my list yet, the PDF will get caught up with you. So good news is, hi Kelly, hi Carissa. Carissa says hi everyone.
Hey Carissa.
So what was I gonna say? Oh, the Otters class. So the good news is Diane did the in-person class this morning, and they did figure out there were actually 2 things that were missing from the kit. And so Judy, that's what Judy's working on right now. Judy's working on adding back in the 2 things that we need into the kits. And so for the most part, there are only 2 people that are going to have kits that got to them with things missing. And I can connect with those 2 people very easily because they're people that come for porch pickup. So the mistake, and what did Judy say? It's
Better before it's mailed.
better before it's mailed than after it's mailed. So we're very happy that we got to figure this stuff out. And now makes me wonder, do we need to go back through some of the other ones and make sure we have everything? But that's how it goes. I was talking to Linda Scott today, and she said we're human, and that's how it goes. We're not machines that are automated. We are individual humans that we do make mistakes, and that's how it goes. Hi, Susan Bellamy. All right. Hi, Sue Spigner. Hi, Carol Alanis. Hi, Vonda. The birthday card that you sent me came today, too. Yay. Hi, Linda Gorman from snowy Cleveland, Ohio. Hi, Debbie Ebersbacher. All right. I've been very disappointed when we haven't had snow for years either. I wouldn't be disappointed. Hope I'm okay if we wouldn't get snow, but that's not going to happen here in Wisconsin. Same here. We used to get lots of snow growing up. Yeah, it's gotten warmer. So, all right. Anything else that I need to tell the girls before we get going? You know what? I just realized that Kelly did send me the names for the drawings. They're in my email. So I'm gonna make a little note that will help me remember. So I'm gonna make myself a note. The goal will be at the end of class. So if anybody sticks with me, I think there will be a lot of people that do. Stick with me till the end and help me remember. I'll do the drawings for the monthly stuff from December. And we'll do a drawing for those who place orders to get this class for free. All the good stuff. So the Otters class is the quarterly order-based class, meaning that you can only place an order to get the class for free. And there is an exception to that. If you're on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, it is a team perk that you could buy this class. So if you are not on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, just know that this was a order-based class. You could get it free with a $60 order. I have a lot of kits left. I think we planned for 60, and I'm guessing we have maybe 20 left, which is enough. Bye, Diane. Thank you so much.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. And so if you did want to get this class, it's still available with an order. If you're on my team, you can also pay for the class or place an order, whichever you prefer. You get the option when you're on my team. I like to give my team some perks, and one of them is reduction in my events, and one of them also is when I do product-based classes, and another one is when I do the order-based classes, you have the option to pay for it. So what am I going to do first? I'm going to do roll call. Let's do that. I got the book in front of me. We'll do a little roll call. I have how many people? 31 people on the list. And I did this disclaimer last night too. I have not been able to get through my emails religiously. With the holidays, basically from around the 19th or 18th of December until today, there is a bunch. There's a bunch of emails that I haven't replied to people. I have just not had the time. I've gotten back to people, so if you've gotten a response, feel lucky. And if you haven't, don't feel bad. Just know that I don't have 50 hours in a day, so it's hard to get back to everybody, especially with we kitted up all the January classes recently. So if I don't call your name, please don't take it personally. I try not to make anything like that leave you out. Just know that I'm going to be getting through emails. If I missed your name and you know that you signed up for this class, you're more than welcome to say in the comments that you're signed up, and I'll make sure to add your name right away and call you out to thank you for taking the class with me. And I'm needing a few more days at least through the weekend to get through emails. I can pick at things and the texts and the correspondence. I can pick at things little by little, but it's not always the easiest thing to do when phone calls and people stop in and we're kidding and we're fixing and there's a lot to keep track of. So, all right, so please don't be offended if I miss your name, okay? The first I had on my list, so people started signing up for this class back in November. When we first saw the Otters were available, we knew we were going to do a class, and we pegged it for this order-based class. So Sue Spigner, you were the very first person to place an order to get this class for free, which was awesome. And then right after you, there was like 6 people that you've been on my list since November. So Sue Spigner, Amy Ponce, Sarah Merchant, Patty Wright, Pat Fleming, Sandy Coy Emery, Jean Terwilliger, Fancy Nancy Billets, Julie Bontrager, Karen Woods, Debbie Gass, Frances Rodriguez, Trisha Fagley, Carmen Sanders, Mary Lemke, Vanessa Ritter, Doris Munson, Donna Grushke, Susie Fenlater, Sherry Everett, Sherry Martin, Susan Bellamy, Angelique McClendon, Angela Knutson, Jeannie Parker, Mary Jo Stoll, Pat Shee Bischoff, Mary Carls, and the last person who I have on my list as of right now is Feline Mays. Now that means I'm not done. If I didn't call your name, you're welcome to say, hey, you missed my name. Please make sure I don't miss getting this class. And I'll definitely try to get it written in my book and we'll get it taken care of. But it happens to me this time of the year every year. It's hard. I can manage a lot of things, but when I do take a few days to go spend time, well-deserved time with my family, I can't keep up with stuff. And on top of it, my parents have a metal roof, which is a good excuse to not be on my phone, but I don't get cell phone reception when I'm at my parents', and I was there 3 different times for overnight times each time to spend time with them. And so all of a sudden I'll be leaving and a whole group of texts will come in and I'll be driving and then I'll get back to the house and we unpack and then it just, you guys get it, right? I know you understand. So, and Kelly signed up for the class last night after the live launch with the fun folds. Okay, so perfect. And Kelly, I do believe I saw your email come through, so I really appreciate that. And if anybody is interested in getting this class, just reach out to me. I have a tendency of working like from the most recent emails down, and because automatically when I send an email, it takes me to the top of my emails. And so I kind of work my way down. So if anybody wants to get this class, I have plenty of them available. And what was really cool about this class is you got a sampling of the otter paper. It's called Otterly Adorable. There used to be another otters class called Awesome Otters, I think. So let me just show you what I mean by the otters paper. So we put a sampler together for, yes, happy birthday, Melanie. You have a birthday as well, and I love it. We share the same time period for our birthdays. So this was the online exclusives sampler that we made. I have plenty of the spring one available, but I don't believe I have any more of the online exclusive one. The Otterly Adorable came out in November as an online exclusive, and it features all the different colors here on the side and lots of otters. And we designed this class in a way that you do not have to buy the otters set. We use the otters from these 2 sheets of paper, and then we use the other 4 sheets to use for the decorations on the card or for mats on the cards. All right, so that's a little bit about the Designer Series paper sampler. Again, I have lots of the spring one available. Again, thank you to everybody who did sign up for this class. I truly appreciate it. Because this is the order-based class, there's a lot more people that place orders to get this class for free, and I'll do a drawing at the end of class for somebody to win a prize for taking this class with me. And I also want to just do a quick recap here, what we did last night for the fruits. In case you guys missed the Fun Folds class yesterday, we did a tube card, and we did the mushroom toadstool card, and we did a card that used the bloom paper, right? And I have plenty of this class available. And then there was the rainbow card with an easel. So those are what we did last night. You guys, if you missed that video, you can go ahead and catch that whenever it's convenient for you. Catch the replay. All right, so for the otters, this is the stamp set that we did use for some of the internal stamps and then also for some of the sayings. We also did pull in Charming Duck Pond. We used Happy Birthday and Have a Lovely Day from here. Hi, Mary Carls. So Mary Carls, Mom picked up your kits yesterday and she stopped in. My dad had a doctor's appointment this morning in town. So Mom and Dad stopped in and we caught her before they left, and we sent 3 things that we were missing from your kits, but you still are missing 1 thing. So just know when you go to pick up your kits when you play cards tomorrow night that you're going to be missing a Lost Lagoon mat. Okay, so Mary, so don't be surprised. I'll get it to Mom the next time I see her. But no, I gave Mary the pool party ribbon. I cut it off before they left. So Mary, what you're going to be missing is this Lost Lagoon mat, but I'll get it to you, I promise. I did get the pool party ribbon to her. So what's happening for this, you guys? Diane had class this morning. And it was great that we figured this out early because, again, Judy said, better figure out before you mail out all the kits, then after all the kits are mailed. So when you guys get your kits from us, it's gonna look like these two pieces are gonna be, I think we put them in the back like this. So just disclaimer, you're gonna get two random things in your kit that aren't in the envelopes. And they are for one of the cards that we missed. I think that it was this guy right here. We missed this pool party ribbon. And this was a sale-a-bration item from last year that we added. So we already had a ribbon on the kit, but then we added a second ribbon just to zhuzh it up a little. And then we were missing the inside mat. So when you guys get this one, what you could do is figure out which kit it goes to. And it's not that one, and it's that one. So what you could do is just, we'll slip it in here so it's together for now. And I'm just happy that we figured it out and we could make it right. All right, so that's one thing why you're gonna have some loosey-goosey stuff in your kit. Okay, now you guys always keep track of your golden ticket. It has Otterly Amazing on here and the date. So today is January 3rd. So if you're trying to watch the replay for this, you could search Cards by Christine, Otterly Amazing. You could also go in chronological order. You could go to my events calendar, and I'll be adding the YouTube link so you can go find it that way. So that helps, you guys. Keep this. Hi, Patricia Hawk. Oh, thanks so much. I have my own piece. If you don't want to send it, just let me know the measurements. It's a 5 1/4 by 4. All right. So if you want to grab it, it's a 5 1/4 by 4. So you guys, we did this class a little bit different than a class that comes all kitted and DSP in it. We wanted to give you guys a sampling. Hi, Angelique. How can we order the paper sampler with the DSP names and individual swatches of that paper? Kelly, it's simple. It's awesome. All you have to do is send me an email. If you can email me, that would be great. You've already sent me an email you said last night, take that email from last night that you sent me and go into your sent box, find the email and forward it back to me. And just say, hey, in addition to everything else that I added in the email below, can you also make sure you add me for a DSP sampler? And it'll all be together in one email, and then I can find it all together versus having two different emails to look for. And then I can give you one total and we'll ship everything all together. So just send me a quick email. Say, hey, I'd like the Spring Mini Catalog DSP sampler. It's that simple. I try to make things easy for you guys with the sign up. It takes me a little bit more work on my end, but I try to make it easy for you guys. So what we did is we included 4 pieces of designer series paper in with your 4 envelopes, right? They're 6 by 6 and they're cute. Like this is great. This pattern was great for us, a layout and a page of a scrapbook because it was just a really cool full 12 by 12 scene. All right, so Mary Carl's does not need a Lost Lagoon mat, so you're probably gonna have one extra at the end, hopefully. And then we grabbed one out for Angela. So good. All right. Hello, Rosie Prouty. And so you guys, you can see what the paper looks like and some cute scenery on here. Again, this is an online exclusive. You can't find it in any catalog. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the designer series paper first so that we have it ready to go. And we're going to put it back with our card kits. Now the trick with this is they're easy cuts, actually. So these are the 4 cards. And I believe that all 4 of these mats are all the same. For us, we did, or for me personally, I did 3 13/16 by 5 1/16. Okay? Now, for those that don't like 16ths, you could go down a hair and make it 5 by 3 3/4, or you could go up a hair and make it 5 1/8 by, what it would be, 4 1/8. Okay? But I like this size of a border. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them like that. Now, this one, we want to make sure we use this pattern, and I have it going horizontal. And then for this one, we're using this this is probably one of my favorite patterns in the whole set. I love the color combinations with the Calypso Coral, Pretty Peacock, and the Pecan Pie. So that'll be that one. Now this guy uses that one. So we have the seaweed and the fish swimming, and it goes like that. And this one uses these guys, the little fishers, going that way. All right, so let me grab my cutter. And so we're gonna cut first. Hi, Marsha Long. Your calendars did mail out yesterday, in case you are wondering. Very good. So the trick with this is we wanna cut the 3 13/16 first, right? That's very important because that will leave us with about a 2-inch piece here to put for our envelope flap. if you cut the 5-inch side first, it's going to be too short for your envelope flap. So we're going to do 3 13/16 this way. And that leaves this for the envelope flap. And then we're going to do 5 1/16. All right, so let's get that. You're very welcome, Marcia. Then this, you could save this for your inside if you so desire. All right, so there's what we have here, and that goes with the one that has those hexagons. So I'm just going to stick this in like that. So that one's ready to go. Same thing with this one. We want to make sure we do 3 13/16 by 5 1/16, like that. And then that one goes with the one that is balmy blue. This guy, so the balmy blue. And we can just put that in the back for now, and we'll leave that ready to go. Now the rocks. This really doesn't have any orientation to me, so you could pick whatever you want. In the back, doesn't make sense for any of this to really go on the envelope flap, like because you can't pull that section out for the envelope flap. So I'm just gonna cut off at 3 13/16 here by 5 1/16, like that. And then that goes with the peacock one, which is that color. And then the last one is what we're using for our waves of the ocean. And I want them to be going horizontal, so I'm going to go like this and cut at 3 13/16 by 5 1/16. Hi, Suzanne Deppis. Better late than never. So, hopefully you guys can see that these are not complicated for our cuts. Now, you didn't get the other 2 pieces of Designer Series paper because what we did is we actually, Karen Wetstein to the rescue, she rough cut everybody's critters. And then when we kit them, we made sure you got a critter to go into your envelope. Now, Diane probably took her cards with her, didn't she? I would guess so, because she had different so we set up the cards to be, you either got one or the other. And so Diane's looks slightly different than mine. And so you guys are just gonna have to trust me when it comes to when you actually make your cards, that your critters will work out. So we might as well start with this one. We actually designed this card first, and we cased this card from the catalog. All right, we did get
You might
inspired.
mention that one with the triangle.
The triangle, this guy. Okay, yeah, Diane did hers as a square, not a
Some
diamond.
of them are turned the other way. Mm-hmm. And the others are.
Yes, so and that's why I was hoping she had her cards. So what Judy wanted me to remind, and when we get so far, Diane's is different, and we did them. Diane has one swimming across the top, and she did it as a square, where my guy's like this, and he is better with a diamond. So I'm curious what I got in my kit, and we'll find that out in a moment. But you guys, we do use the catalog for inspiration. I shouldn't say that. I mean, yes, it's true, but not for this. This is not in a catalog, so the statement wasn't correct with this. We use the online store for inspiration, right? So we went to the Otterly, we search here, and we found this suite. And when you look at the picture here, it has a picture of everything that's in the suite. So the stamp set, the dies, the designer paper, and the Riverside gems, and the pool party ribbon. And we did feature all the products in this class in one way or another. So it has the stamp, it has the dies, and then there's the paper, the Riverside pearls, the ribbon, and then here are some cards. And we did look at these to see if we could get any sort of inspiration from them. And we did. And it was actually, which card? It was, I think what we did is we looked at that right there, and it kind of helped us inspire to put some foliage coming out the back. Now, I also feel as though there is another card out there that we got inspired by, and it was in with some of the other products. So it wasn't that one. It could be in with the dies. So you can see that they have, okay, so those are the same cards. There was, maybe it's in with the paper. So you can scroll through to see what the pages look like. it's nice to see where you get inspiration from. So those are cards, paper. Oh, and I think I went through them all already. Well, there was one more card somewhere when we were searching through that gave us the inspiration for this one. And you guys, if you're ever on here on the online store, you might see it. And how I remember, when you go home, there's a banner that was going and flipping across the screen, and that is where we saw a card that was similar to this. So we definitely cased, yeah, don't see it. Okay, well that one didn't help. We definitely cased the online store for the idea for this card. All right, so let's get started with this one. Yes, Mary Carls, there will be a PDF for this class. Okay, so just a recap on the PDF. I did email this out to those who I had on my class sign up list on Monday. Mary, I did, and like a bunch of others that I think, let me just see here. So from Susan Bellamy, Angelique, Angela, Jeannie Parker, Mary Stoll, Pat Shee Bischoff, Mary Carls, and Feline Mays. You guys made it onto my list after I sent the PDF. I do plan to follow up with all of you girls to get the PDF to you, okay? And also it is in the Inspiration Hive at the moment. So if you guys, if anybody has access to the Inspiration Hive, you can already get it out of there. I did put it in there on Monday, but I am a little bit behind on the signups, right? So as soon as I get through that, I'll make sure anybody who signs up for a class does get the PDF. Absolutely. All right. This guy is the one we're going to start with. So always go back and check your envelope. See if you have everything that's in it. And there are lots of pieces for this one. Right, so we've already cut the designer paper, so I'm just going to set that off to the side. You have a little piece of linen thread. It is little, and that is to make some grassy stuff coming out of here. And then, so I already cut out my little otters. I worked ahead by the magic of TV. I got mine cut out already. And there's some cattails. The cattails come from Charming Duck Pond. These are dies that come with them. You have 2 in the Mossy Meadow color, and you actually have 2 in the Pecan color. So think of the die cutters. They cut out double time on this one to get the cattails for us. Then the greenery here, you've got one like that. You've got a little smaller one. You've got one like this. That's for that side. And then there's even one more that looks like this. So you should have 4 of the old olive greeneries. You'd have 3 rocks. Annette, could you do me a favor? Yeah. Could you grab the dies that are up where the cat usually sits for the otters? There should be a set of dies up there that are for otters. So the 3 rocks are part of it. And then we've got a little slip here for you to stamp a sentiment. Thank you so much. And then we already did this cutting for you. So this octagon comes from the Countryside Corners dies. So we cut this out, and then Rhonda helped emboss all these for you. So you've got the waves. This is a new embossing folder that's coming out in the spring mini catalog. It's the 3D waves folder. And we use this inside piece on a different card. All right, you have a stump here. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. You have a log or a stump, right? And you will need to cut it in half to spread it. You've got an inside mat of Lost Lagoon, an inside mat of white. Is everything okay? Yep. Okay, and then Riverside pearls that are gonna go on this one. All right, so as long as I have this right here, we're going to take our phone folder and burnish it, keep it horizontal. Now let me just show you the dies really quick. Complete. The cat sat on here accidentally, and some of the cat's fur stayed. Poor little guy probably like got his butt all stuck on here. No, it's not his butt, but anywhere on his fur, and they got fur stuck on here, and it stayed on here. There are dies that cut out some of the critters. Right, that one, and then there's a baby. There's one that looks like that, but depending on if you got these dies, some of these dies will work and some will not, right? But the foliage, the rocks, the log, those all came from this die set. There's little fish in here, and there's bubbles, and there's a thing that looks like a wave. So that's where a lot of these pieces came from. They all came from this die set except for these cattails. They came from the Charming Duck Pond. Right, so for those that don't own the otters and you got this class from me, you're just gonna have to fussy cut out the critters that you get. That you will just have to fussy cut them. That's how that works. All right, so let's see. With the stamps, there are different ones that you can use. Love You Lots, it is what fits in here really nicely. But let's say you don't want the Love You Lots. If you do have Charming Duck Pond, you could definitely use the Happy Birthday because that will fit really nicely in here. And we used the Lost Lagoon ink on this one. And you can ink that up. The font for this is really nice. And it fits in here perfectly. So we've got Happy Birthday. And then you could use the saying, "You're utterly amazing" in there. Now, there's another one in here that says, "Have a lovely day." Have a lovely day comes from the Charming Duck Pond, but I think the otters really fits because we have otters on the front of the card. And when somebody has a birthday, you can tell them that they are utterly amazing. Now, you ought to make sure you get your cards done on time, right? I told Jolene that I would use some otter jokes because you otter do this and you otter do that, right? So while you're making your cards, think of all the different otter jokes you could do. All right, so there's one more thing that we need to stamp, and it is those little fish. So when you're looking at your paper, you can figure out the orientation if you like it like this or like that. Now, there's not a lot to work with here. Like, there's not a lot of variation, but I did notice there's a dark one going through here like that. And if you don't like that so much, you might consider having it going through the bottom. So there are so there's one school of fish that gets stamped, but it actually stamped 2 times. So the stamp looks like this. And what we did, you can put this as a guide so you kind of have an idea where it goes. You otter stamp your fish really good. I promise I won't say otter like a million times during class, but I'm happy I remembered to say it at least 3 times. All right, so there's one school of fish. That's going to get merged with another school of fish. And we're going to stamp them just like that. So it makes them look like they're swimming through the ocean. And that should be it for the stamping on this card. So what we can do is get a little bit assembly happy. So we could glue this, we could glue this, we could glue this, and while we're at it, we could glue the envelope flap. So we're gonna get, as long as we're opening up the glue, we're gonna make it worth our while. And our inside here, actually, I just realized it. I was going to put my strip of blue along the side here. So that means that I'd rather stamp that saying a little bit more to the left than centered. So let's grab that back and we're going to put that right about there. Right, so having that piece there as a guide really does help. So let's see what we got here again. We're going to do a little bit of glue happiness here. So I'm a liquid glue gal. If you guys watch me a lot, you know, I use liquid glue a lot, but you can use tear and tape, you can use tape runner, you can use glue dots, whatever you want. So this one is our designer paper that goes on the front of the card. I'm just going to center that like so. This one goes on the side. It should fit here nicely. And then this piece is our mat for the inside, like so. Perfect. Now we can keep gluing. So that one will go on the inside, and then we can do our envelope flap. Let's get those things done. And this one should fit the entire flap. So I'm gonna make sure I get glue all over that. And glue there. Now, you might not want to do your envelope flap. It's completely up to you, but you get a choice. Do you like that side better or that? So to me, this is what matches the inside of the card. So I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so that's good to go. And now this we can put on the inside. like so. Wonderful. All right. Might as well take our scissors and cut this. So now that I've got this glued on here, I just use my scissors. I'm going to trace along or cut along where the actual envelope flap is. Like that. Okay. And so we've got the envelope done. And then this little guy here, pick which side you like better. They're pretty interchangeable, but for me, the waves are more defined and skinny. That's the side I want to be up. So I'm going to flip it upside down, and we're going to grab some dimensionals. And let's see, I have some right here. This is one that works out really good if you have some small dimensionals, because they fit really nicely in this middle area here. If you do have small ones, oh, I already got it open. Hang on, let's get these guys out of here. Yeah, Lost Lagoon and Pool Party go very, very nicely together. You can always count on them. They're kind of like how Soft Seafoam and Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen were. That how they went together so nicely. That's how Lost Lagoon and Pool Party are to me. Okay, so these little skinny guys fit in here really good. And so we're going to take all these off. Now when you use dimensionals for a frame, it's really important to make sure you get it lined up really straight, because you don't get a lot of wiggle room if you were doing it flat. Now for those that want to glue this flat, you could definitely glue it flat. But I like to pop it up, this frame. Kind of eyeball. So like to me, I'm looking at this and it is slightly die cut a little bit closer to the edge here and a little further away. So I'm going to actually see if the other side looks a little less noticeable, and it does. So I'm going to put that for the bottom, and I'm going to kind of line up my edge here like that. So I try to make sure that this is all parallel, and then when I drop this, so I need a little closer. So here's the thing. What you could do is flip it over and just see what margin you have around it. And then I know how close I need to be on this edge here. And it's a little bit closer. I think my Pool Party base is a little bit smaller. We're gonna go right like that. There it is. Okay, still got that down on the front. Okay, so for those at home, you're gonna wanna make sure your critters are cut out. So that's done. And let's prep our cattails. So how the cattails work, you have two sets like this. And what we're gonna do is cut the brown off, because that's gonna get glued onto the top of the green. That, let me see, that's shark. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit lighter. Can you flip it over? Did you do them all?
They like not so do that like you. Yeah, I didn't.
Are they good? They can be darker. Are they, as long as they're not too dark at the bottom, or because the grass needs to get stamped?
I didn't even do it at the bottom.
You didn't do what?
I left it white so you could stamp.
Yeah, test it out on the actual card to see if you're going down far enough. Like line it up just to make sure. Because if you've gone down far enough, then at least the grass will show through it.
Oh, yeah, it should go through it.
Okay. So what I'm going to do here is put a little bit of glue on the top of these cattails, like this. And then you're just going to glue these on top, right? So just be careful, because the cattails do have holes, and you will see if you put too much glue, it's going to ooze up through the little holes. And try to make sure I think they're interchangeable, but keep the left one with the left one and the right one and the right one. And that actually seems like it needs to go like this. Oh, this goes like that. There it is. Okay. Right? So we're just gluing the browns to the cattails. Now, the little stump, you're going to want to cut that in half. And there's a little hook up here. Right? So that hooks up. I'm going to cut it right there. Right? So these are going to get, so what we did is we really made it look like the stump is really long, but it's not, right? You could, if you have this at home and you want to cut another stump, you can, but we made it work with the two. But you have to be careful because we can't really put this down until we get a lot of the things behind it. Okay, so hello, Sherry Johnson, coming in late. Oh, you got your Christmas tree down. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so for this, what we're going to do is we're going to cut these into strips. And too long, Barbara Gobby, if you're watching, I cut it too long. She says I always get it just right. So look at me, I got to trim it a little. And we're going to put a track on the top and a track on the bottom of both of the stumps. And I'm going to go that route to start. Just cut the edges off here. And let's get that back on here. I don't want the waxy paper off quite yet. Okay, so we're going to get that there. And then we'll put this one on here. All right, so when it comes to this, that one with the hook, I left that as the one on the right, or sorry, the left, and the other one on the right. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off the bottom one, but not the top one, because that's going to allow me to get it stationed where I want it, but still tuck things behind it. Right, so this is going to lay right about here. Okay, and then this one, again, I'm going to take the bottom off, but not the top. And this is going to lay about here. So you want to make sure that they're the same distance on the bottom, right? And then just double check this because this white piece needs to go right through the middle, okay? And what you can do for this one, as long as it goes, and it's going to cover up to make it look like the stump is a continuous thing. But what we need to do is get the dimensionals right here through the middle. And that will pick up the label. And if you want to, for good measure, you could put just a teeny tiny bit of liquid glue on the edges. That'll help hold it down. I'll go from the top like this so I can kind of center it. Right? Okay, so that kept it nice and flush through the middle. I got a little glue on the edges to help hold it down. And what we could do for our otters is his little tail is gonna like hang out right over the top of the label. Now, what's happening though is this was popped up and this is popped up. So our otters are needing to be double stuff Oreos, right? So too high. And what I was thinking about is if you don't want them that high, what you would maybe consider doing is not popping up your stump and your label. But I had already committed, so I went for it. And then what we're gonna do is put a little bit of glue right along the bottom here of the tail because that'll help it attach to the label. And then I'm just gonna see once. I think I'm also going to pop up here and there. And I'm gonna make it double high again. And one more here. I'm not gonna take those off quite yet. Now this one's gonna go right about in the middle. Okay, perfect. Now we gotta build everything else around it. Okay, so what happens is we wanna sneak cattails in here and we wanna sneak the greenery in. So the greenery, this is the longest of them. What you could do for this guy is put a glue dot right at the bottom, and we're not gonna worry about the top at the moment. We're just gonna try to get this positioned in here. And so because I didn't take off the dimensional on the top here, I can still tuck this in right behind here, right? So that's gonna kind of come up like that. Same with the cattail. For the moment, this is gonna go right there. I might just trim off the bottom a little bit. Grab another glue dot, put that on the back. And this is going to tuck in here as well, right? I'm filling this in. And then there's two short guys. There's these little greeneries. This one will get a glue dot. This one gets a glue dot. I'm just gonna stage it already. Pick that off. This tucks in right over here. Perfect. And then you have your linen thread. What you're gonna do is cut that in half because it goes on each side. And now that you have that cut and ready to go, everything is staged on the side, you could go ahead, pull this waxy paper off, where if you used liquid glue, it would be hard to do this, but I pulled the wax paper off. I'm gonna leave it up, fold this back in half, take the folded end, put that right down where that dimensional is. That'll help hold that. And in a bit, we're gonna come back and we're gonna fray that, okay? Now this stuff is loose. We're gonna come back and touch that up or shore that up in a little bit too. But now we can go to the other side, and what you can do is put a glue dot. And I'm gonna just trim off a little bit on here and a glue dot. Right, so this one goes down first, this greenery. It's coming up along the side here, like that. The cattail goes kind of over the top, like that. And then the other little greenie is gonna come out the side, like that. And then we still have to peel off the backing and take the rest of our linen thread. Now, oh, it's right here. So this linen thread, I've got it staged, ready to go. I'm gonna gently lift this up, peel off that waxy paper. So here it is. Be careful because your stump is like it wants to come apart. Fold this in half, and then this is going to go underneath right there. Okay. Oh, that came together, good. All right, so we're building our scene here. The rocks. There are 3 size rocks, and the rocks for the dies, just so you know, there's one that's a single, and then this guy right here has 2 on the same die. So we cut each of them for you, or I should say Tammy or her mom did. So one of the rocks is gonna go here, and I'm just gonna glue this because I've already got a lot of popping up going on. So we're gonna do a little glue here, and then the little baby rock, it's gonna go next to it. And then the medium one goes on the other side. Like that. All right, so now that we got things kind of tucked in place, we already got the log figured out. Now you can go back here and let's pull that waxy paper off here. So that's set. You could pull this one off, and then that's set. The cattails, are they stationed nicely, or do you need to give them some extra support? So if you need to, you could always pick these up now and put a little bit of glue. You might need to hold that for a moment so that it actually stays put and in place. Okay, so that's good. This guy seems good. The cattails, I don't know, they seem good to me, but this guy back here, I'm gonna pick him up and put a little glue there, and that will help. So right now they're all flippy floppy, right? Thanks, Mary Carls. Hi, Brenda Watson. All right, so is this guy, see if things are stationary or if they are flippy floppy. And if they're too flippy floppy, all you gotta do now is just pick them up gently and add a little glue and then help support them. Okay. The linen thread though, it looks like it's too straight. So what you can do with linen thread is take your pick tool. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this, but I'm gonna take the pick tool and unwind it, I guess. So it's 3 little pieces and you can fray it, right? Just split it up and I'll make it look like it takes up a little bit more than the little pieces. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Just take that pick tool and unwind and untwist. And it just looks cool when you do it like that, especially on this card, right? Now on this side, you can do the same thing. Kind of get that pokey tool. Gotta get it right in between them and then work backwards. Because you can't do it from down here. You gotta start kind of closer to the end and then work your way backwards. Right, so there's that side. And then this side too, right? It's right here. It's hard to see it. Hi, Arla. First time watching, yay. Hopefully you love the Otters class. All right, so I'm unwinding this one too, and I started at the end, and then just work your way back. And it just add a little texture to it. Then we have the gems, and you either got 3, you got 3, and then you got 2 big and a small, or 2 small and a big. And we have all 3 of them kind of in the general same area over here. We got that one, and then we'll put one right there. And then what can you Stella? Pretty much anything on this one. You can Stella your otters, make them like they're basking in the sun and they got a little shimmeriness going on. You could do your rocks. So this guy needs a little help because he moved on me. So I'll give him some emotional support here. Like that, there. He's back in order. You can Stella your stumps, your greeneries, all this good jazz. You could even go so far as to Stella your border here if you want. Basically anything that doesn't have the ink for it to smear. Perfect. I love it. So this was our first card that we made for this class. This was your gourmet card is what my mom would say. It's gourmet. There's a lot going on. Lots of bits and parts and pieces. But when you take it and go one step at a time, hopefully that helps to break it down so it's not so overwhelming when you open up your card kit and you have all of these pieces. Very little stamping. And if you don't have the fish stamp from this set, you could use other fish or you wouldn't even have to have fish there. And again, if anything is not secure enough for you, you can always take and add a little bit more glue behind. Like for this cattail, I might consider putting a little bit of glue right at that base right there, where that is, where they kind of split apart. Okay. Hi, Sandy Coy Emery. Glad you could make it. We just got our first card done, so you did not miss much, Sandy. All right. That's what I got for you guys for the first card, and then we had our matching envelope to go with it. So you gotta be very careful when you put this card in the envelope. If you do put it in like this, you're gonna get caught on a lot of stuff. So you might think, oh, I'm gonna put it in like this, but then your flap or your fold is at the top. And when people go to open up cards, I've actually accidentally caught the card and cut it. And so you might consider putting this in your envelope with, if you have like a postcard or something small, if you use a piece of paper like this, so I'd probably put in my fold down at the bottom. I'd take my piece of paper like this and then use the piece of paper over the top, right? And then you can always just slide your piece of paper out and then shut it, okay? That would help so you don't get all those bits and parts caught on everything. All right. Yes, Chris Robinson, I definitely agree. It is an amazing little work of art this is. It's like a picture. You could put this in a frame, you guys. That's what this one could be. It could be in a little baby frame and a great gift. Okay, so that is our first one. So we'll set that off to the side and we'll keep cruising on to the next one. This is actually the last card we designed. And we did pull in a postal page protector. Yes, that is what we need. So this one we used, well, the last one we did. And we saved it for last because we were having a hard time of what we wanted to do with the last little otters that were swimming. And a little disclaimer, we did pull in some of this really pretty Lost Lagoon retired ribbon. It was part of a suite from 2 annual catalogs ago, I think called Timeless Arrangements? No, Inked and Tiled. This was with the Inked and Tiled suite. We had enough of it to kit up for this class, so we decided to pull it back in to help us use up our little baby stockpile that we had. We had a couple rolls of it, right? So we thought, well, let's use it. We've already cut the designer paper, so I'll set that off to the side. And let's get this guy put away. It's really hard to fit these white envelopes in the clear cellophane, but we get them. All right, so let's get this guy out. All right, so this one's vertical. Now we just did a horizontal, so remember this is vertical. You should have 3 of the gems in there that are the peacock ones. And you have 2 pieces of the Lost Lagoon ribbon. One's 5 inches and one's 4 inches. And you'll have coral with this one. Coral. So grab your bone folder. Donna said she loves the otters. Yay. They are adorable. All right, so keep that one vertical. You have a piece here for your top, which is what the designer paper gets matted on. So you can do your dry fit, make sure that fits. All right, now in here you have the otters. So you're gonna have 2 adult otters, and out of 60 card kits, there were 50 babies. So 10 people are not gonna get a baby. The baby is just, what was that?
You want that re-inked?
Yes, it should get re-inked.
Okay.
Here you go, here's a spoon. Thank you, yeah, it looks a little light. So 10 people are not gonna get a little baby, and that's okay. It really wasn't used on the card, but when Karen did her die cutting, when Karen Wetstein did the rough cutting for us, we ended up with all these little babies. And honestly, I didn't know what to do with 50 little babies. So we just randomly put them in people's kits. All right, Mary Carls, we'll see you later. We randomly put them in people's kits, okay? So you may or may not have a baby, right? And that's okay. Babies are a lot of work. So if you don't get a baby, be okay with it. But you have little guys like this. Now this one happens to be the same as my bottom one, but my top one is different. So you might have that one. You might have this one. There's also a mother swimming with a little baby. And the mother, so Diane's card had the mother with the baby, and then she has like one up here. But ultimately, you'll have 2 different otters to put on your card. And for those of you that do have the dies, this guy right here, he comes with a die, right? So you could use your dies to cut him out. If you don't have the dies, you're gonna have to get busy fussy cutting. And this one right here does not have a die. So maybe my Vanna Whites that are here with me in the room might be so obliged to do a little fussy cutting for me.
Just one?
Just one for right now. Yeah, maybe.
I can do that. I can leave in 5.
Okay, perfect. That's good. So Judy volunteered to do a little a little fussy cutting for me. And this one, is that better, Annette?
The stamp is blotchy.
Clean the stamp. You should take my ink eraser and do a little conditioning maybe, and see if that helps the situation. All right, so then this guy, he gets the fine pleasure of being cut up through the machine. And I always like to double check that my paper doesn't move, because sometimes that will move and then it will be off kilter a hair, and we don't like that. So let's get that back situated. All right, so let's give him a cut. Cuts like a knife. Oh, we talked about Crocodile Dundee a bit over the holidays because Bert passed away. Did you guys hear Bert passed away? Bert, he's 92 years old. He was the crocodile from Crocodile Dundee. So we heard that Bert passed away around Christmas Day. I remember waking up Christmas morning, it was in the news feed that Bert passed away. And then the line comes up, "That's not a knife. This is a knife." Like that line from Crocodile Dundee. All right, so I got one guy done here. Oh, you guys, there's a little baby die right here. There's actually, when I go to cut out the next one, there's a die for the baby. And I'm not going to use the baby in this card, but if you guys get a baby in your card, you could add the baby to the front of this if you want. You definitely could. Karen Wetstein says, awesome, Judy Vanna. Very good. So we got that guy cut. Now, I did put the happy birthday back on here. So this little label is from Stylish Shapes, and we did pull that in. And your mat here of Lost Lagoon is embossed with the Waves embossing folder. So we got to pull that out again for this one. Thanks, Suzanne. I'm glad you guys liked the first card. Thanks, Doris. All right, so we're going to do happy birthday. And stamp that right there. Because it's photopolymer and I can see through it, I went right for it. And the inside, we're going to do the same thing. You're utterly amazing, right? Why not? And that goes there. And then I have the designer series paper that I'm going to put on the bottom to match, right? And then if you so desire, though, your baby could be somewhere in the middle of the card here, like on the inside. That would work too. All right, let's get glue happy. So we're going to glue this. And we're going to glue this. And let's grab our envelope. Think about it, I probably put it right there. So let's do these couple things. Oh, and I think we could do this. All right, so let's see if this is too much for us. Everything get done okay, Judy?
Yep,
Yep, okay, good.
I've got some extra, but,
You've got some extra pool parties?
yep.
Okay. So I glued this flat. Oh man, it seems so sad to cut that, cover that up, but it is what it is. We can't change it. We're gonna go for it. And then the envelope flap here, like that. And, all right, first things first, envelope flap. Let's get you guys done. So that goes right on here. Perfect, and we'll cut that a little bit later. And then we have this piece can go next. And again, there's no orientation to this one that I see. So I'm just gonna plop it right down on here for right now. And then we can glue this one right in the middle. Centered top to bottom, left to right. And then our piece for the inside can also get glued in. We'll see you in the morning, Judy.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. If you have any length that's hanging over the edge, just take your scissors and trim it. So we can glue this one now, and we can glue this one. So let's put glue on both of these. These are our inside mats. So with the peacock, sometimes when you fold it, if you have a little bit that's hanging over the edge, you can cut it off, or if you just flip it so that you don't see it when you open it, right? So put the top being a little bit longer, that would work. So we're gonna put the coral in here, and you can put your white in here, like that. So I would never have thought to put the coral with the peacock, but because of the designer series paper, it definitely works. All right, so we got that good start. Now, we have to get our ribbon situated. So grab your tear and tape, and we're gonna make the tear and tape sandwich. So grab 2 pieces waiting in the wings, and it's not white the middle, it's a little bit south of the middle. So, but as long as you get enough tear and tape, should be good to go. So put the 2 pieces on the back, grab the longer piece of Lost Lagoon, and now this is going over the top. Normally I would have popped this piece up, because I want the ribbon going over the top. I didn't pop it up, so it was flat. And I'm looking for the middle, and then I'm gonna just drop it down a little bit from the middle, so it's not exactly in the middle. And for me, I can go like this. Yeah, I'm pretty close. I'm a little bit more south, but we'll go like that. And then put the last 2 pieces over the top. Pick those off. And then you can glue that right onto the card front. I don't put liquid glue where the tear and tape is because it's already there, providing the adhesive we need. And that will go right onto our peacock base, like that. All right, so what we can do is slip the ribbon underneath like this and have it staged off on the side while we work on the rest. These little guys are popped up, and our banners also popped up, but I don't want to just put dimensionals on here. I'm actually going to create 2 tracks and get it close to the edge so that it helps provide some sticking power above and below the ribbon. So what we can do is put some of these. Judy, don't forget your paper cutter for tomorrow morning for the fun
It's here.
folds. Okay,
Oh,
perfect.
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah, because we have some cutting with the fun folds tomorrow.
Oh, here.
Perfect. And then for this one, he's got his little tail, so we're gonna pop that up a little bit. And I'm gonna grab another one for right there. And now for the tracks, what I'm gonna do is cut the edge. This is what's great for the edge of your dimensionals. You can cut them skinny like that along the edge. And then this is what I mean by putting it really close to the edge. And then put this one really close to the edge. And look at this, I have a little scrap from earlier. Thanks, Doris. Thanks, Judy Sharp. Yay, you like them. All right. So by creating this little channel, the ribbon will go through it and I'll catch this Lost Lagoon mat with some of the dimensional too. Thanks, Ruth Nicholson. Angelique likes the colors too, yay. All right, so with the happy birthday, it's hanging off the edge of this Lost Lagoon, and so you can see a little bit of the ribbon here. Kind of center it. And then what we can do here is add our otters. You guys are utterly awesome, just so you know that, in case you're wondering. This guy's gonna be down here. He's just swimming away. And then this one can go at the top. Just a reminder, when you're making your cards, you might not have these exact otters. Annette, did you have the mother with the baby otter? Oh, you don't know, because you weren't, you don't even know, because you weren't here this morning. Oh, look at Judy. She even left one little whisker. You have your cards here. One little whisker got left on here. And maybe I don't know if that was supposed to be. I'm taking it off. It was half hanging off. So we're just going to set him up here. So that's like that. And then now that I have the ribbon all staged, I can take this and make my overhand knot on it. It was the card with the peacock. And not that one. It has the rocks. And this came in really close. Annette's checking out to see what she has in her card kits. So it makes it look like you wrap it around and tie it, but I don't do that very often. Let's see what you got here. Oh, you got the same. So she's got the same as me. Okay, perfect. Okay, she got the same ones. All right, we're gonna cut this. Thanks for checking. And then we're gonna cut this. And then we can put our gemsies on. So we've got the different peacock rocks, and I got a big and a small. And then I've got another big. So you guys might have a big, two bigs and a small, and figure out where you want to put your other one. I'm going to put it up there. On this card, I put it down here. And then you can Stella, Ella, your dudes or dudettes. Dudettes. All right. You can even do a little bit the tops of our waves of inspiration here. Perfect. Okay, you can Stella ribbon too. Don't forget about that. That sometimes adds a little bit. Perfect. Whoop, whoop. We got another one done. The color combination, yes, absolutely. The coral and the peacock are kind of stunning a little bit, a lot. Yeah, especially with these rocks. Boom, we got two done, yay. All right, put that guy back together, and that one's good. We got two done. Oh, no, we're not done. We got the envelope. Barbara asked how my aunt is doing. So, they had good news. I believe that they said that they got all of the cancer. They took a good chunk of her liver and the duct that leads out of the liver, and they believe they got it. Now, she was supposed to come home, they thought Wednesday, and then it got pushed to yesterday, and then it got pushed to today. So I haven't heard today if she gets to come home yet, or if she is home. Kelly was going to let me know, but so the surgery itself went fine. What happened was the recovery wasn't as good as they had hoped or expected it to be, right? So that's kind of comes down to like aligning expectations, right? So they were hopeful that she would have been leaving already 4 days ago, And I think that it was originally, what is today? Today is the 3rd. I think they thought she would originally come home earlier in the week, and then they pushed it out, and then they had pulled it back, and then, but so they've been toying around with back and forth for the timing. And so I think that she was supposed to come home today, but I haven't heard officially if she is or not. So, but the good news is that the cancer should all be removed from her body, and now it's the healing process. So, hi, Kathleen Ketterman. So we got another one done, you guys. That's 2 scoops done. All right. So we got these 2. For those that are just joining, we just got 2 done so far, and we have 2 more to go. If you catch in late, I do have lots of kits available for anybody that's still interested, and this class was free with an order, or my team, they have the option of paying for it. So I did have, unfortunately, a couple people that chose the Be Happy Stamper pricing on my website, but they aren't on my team, and we had to hold that money for credit for a different class. So I do honor that, that my team is the only one that gets the option of paying for the quarterly order-based class. And the reason that Diane and I do that is it helps finish our quarter as strong as possible from a sales perspective. So we do appreciate anybody who did and was able to order the class from us to get the card class for free. All right, so I got gems in this one that are more white. The Balmy Blue and white variegated ribbon was actually on the clearance rack recently. So we did pick up a few rolls to use for kitting. And so we pulled it in here because it fit nicely with this card. You have a white piece and a coral piece for your inside. And then the coral piece for the outside is actually the one where your stitched square is taken out of. So make sure you keep that for your top. And then dry fit your designer paper in there, because if you dry fit it, you still have the ability to cut designer paper if you want to see more border. So that'll be like that. And then we have the piece of Balmy Blue. We use the Waves folder again, so you guys are really getting a sampling. So this is a new folder that's available starting January 7th. It's part of the Friends of the Ocean set. That goes through the middle. And then you have these 2 squares. One was cut out of the mat. Now you can see here, I've got mine like a diamond, but if you have the other otter that looks like this, he's actually going to be at the top, and you're going to want it more like a square, like that, right? So you definitely want to be cognizant of that. And then we're going to put this on the inside, and then this is for our envelope flap. So you guys are definitely consuming all of the designer paper that we put in your kit. All right. Yes, Barbara, it is great news. All right, so what can we do first? Well, let's go ahead and stamp, and then we can work on all the assembly. And so this is Calypso Coral, and there is no die for this. So let's just go ahead, because it's going to say that we want to see where to stamp the saying. And it'll be good if this guy is actually cut out. And we're going to just do our little bit of fussy cutting and get him out. I don't think that this one had a die. So we'll just do this really quick. So this one, it has this piece of designer paper had Balmy Blue water around it. And fortunately, when we cut it for the other card, it blended in enough that it was okay with the peacock. But for this one, it really blends in nicely because you have Balmy Blue with it. So now that we have that done, we can pull this, because he's going to be swimming kind of at the top like this. And I'm going to use the Have a Lovely Day. Or, if you want, you could do You're Utterly Amazing, right? Let's do that, because it matches better. All right, so let's grab the chamois, and we'll clean that pretty good. And then we can stamp Happy Birthday on the inside. All right, so Calypso Coral. And so you want to do it right about there on the bottom. So this is great, so you guys can see both of the options that were for this one. So you either got that otter or you got that otter, right? They're both cutesy patootsy. So You're Utterly Amazing. And then we're going to make it another birthday card. So let's clean our Happy Birthday. And this time I'm going to remember I have a piece of designer paper on the side. So I'm going to stamp it more to the left to take that into consideration. So we have happy birthday. All right, so that's it for stamping, you guys. So really, if you got this class for me, you really didn't need to have the otter stamp. So like, let's say you thought the cards were cute enough, but you were like, man, I don't want to buy the otters. You don't have to buy the otters. You could buy whatever you want for your $60 order to get this class for free. Now, there were a few people that I did a little special for them. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but I had a little promotion with this class. That if you bought the otter set or the sweet set, I think, as your registration for class, you got a half a pack of the paper. So I have Sue Spigner, Amy Pont, Sandy Coy Emery, Jean Shute, and Francis Rodriguez. They're all going to get a half a pack of the paper as a free gift from me because they did pick out for their order. They picked out the featured products. So it's not the promotional class that I like, the sweet class, but I still honored it with this one. So that goes there, and then we'll put the little bit of designer paper on the side here. So make sure you got your seaweed going the right way. Right, like that. And then anything that's hanging over the edge, you can definitely trim off. You haven't used your otter set yet. This is another cute card, yay. All right, so let's do a little more gluing. So we can glue these two pieces next. Now for those that have their own stuff at home that they want to create with their own supplies, but you still want to make these cards and you want the help me button, I do have the PDF tutorial available for purchase in my online store, which is at cardsbychrisb.com. It's $10, I believe, and it's out there at the moment. It's already there. I put it out there on Monday. All right, so this goes here, and now this can get glued. And we'll go ahead and glue the blue right through the middle. So let's get the glue on here and here. Now this also is not in the middle, like it's not on the equator. It's just south of the equator, our imaginary line here. And before I get that happy, I'm gonna just test out that this is gonna go right about here, and then my little dude is here. So if I had it in the middle, then he would be up a little bit higher, and I don't want him up too high. So we're gonna leave it like this, and flip it over quick, trim off that, and then on our inside, same thing here. I see that I'm gonna flip it over because this side is just a hair longer, and then I don't have to trim anything. Nobody will ever see that. So here we have coral with balmy blue, and it's the designer paper that really brings that together. All right, so we need a tear and tape sandwich, and what you can do is save your two waiting in the wings, and then right through the balmy blue. I made it so that my blue was on the bottom instead of the top. And it does have a little bit of rumple in it, but that's okay. I'm all right with it. Eventually that'll smooth out. And I'm also gonna make that so it's a little bit south of the equator, my imaginary middle. Flip that over. Get your tear and tape down. Another one here that you can now glue this, and I'm not gonna put glue where the tear and tape is. That goes right on your card front. Like that. And then we need some dimensionals to pop up our, for me, it's gonna be a square. But for you guys that got this guy, it's gonna be the diamond. And then that can go right onto front of the card. And I did look for the middle of this, and I have that kind of come in. So I've got about the same amount of coral on the top and the bottom, and it is more to the right than to the left. If you want it right in the middle, you could do that too, right? So there is what it looks like on the side. But if you like the idea, because this is Ooh, because this is a square, you could put it right in the middle. Let's see what it looks like in the middle. And it might look better kind of staged in the middle. So it's your call, however you want to do it. This one we kept it more to the side because his tail comes over that way. So, all right, so this guy that's swimming at the top is going to get a little bit of liquid glue to hold him down. And I think that looks really good. So the tail kind of wraps around the otter. And we can also take a moment. Oh, I didn't glue that yet. So hang on, let's get this glued. Like that. And I'm going to make sure that my fish are facing the right direction. My envelope flap. Perfect. Hi, Sherry Stewart. All right, let's trim this. I know not everybody likes to do envelope flaps, right? I get it. And I love doing it when I have the designer paper like this to go with it. And I keep my card with the envelope, right? But not everybody keeps their envelopes and cards together. So if you choose not to do your envelope flap, definitely use that leftover strip of paper for some other project. And then we have the white gems for this one. So too big and a small, or too small and a big. And figure out where you want them to go. So on this one, if you get this otter, it looks adorable to put the Riverside Pearl right into the hands of the otter. And then I got one more for right there. And you might actually see them more if I put them down on the blue here. Let me just try that. I think that looks good. So I added the gems here and one down here. And on this card, I have the two over there and one in his hands. I didn't have the Countryside Corner dies, but the retired layering diorama. Ah, yes, the diorama die works perfectly. You betcha. I was trying to think too. There was a set that had birds in it, but it had dies that were oblong like this from maybe like 4 years ago. I'm drawing a blank on the name. It had something to do with birds though, where the stamp set was birds and the dies were like rectangly, octagon-y on the like sides. They were really cool. Okay, good with this. Boom. Number 3 is in the books. We got it done. Hi, Faye Gabby. I'm glad you could make it on for a little bit. All right, so there's our card number 3, and we have one more to go. So let's keep her moving. We'll get the last one rocked out. And this one is kind of similar to the first card. So if you liked the first card, I think you'll like this one as well. So just to recall, this first one, we cut out the octagon and we actually saved it and used it for this card. And then we cut out another octagon a little bit smaller to go with it. And this is another one where your otters might be slightly different. So we have our fish already cut out for the designer paper. And what we'll do is we'll glue that on there in a moment. Now this is a pool party bottom. Your 3 gems should be in here. You have your inside is Lost Lagoon and white. And now this is the one where we forgot the other Lost Lagoon matte. So we are slipping it into everybody's package separately. And then this is where the pool party ribbon gets cut, or added to. Now this is not enough to go the whole thing, right? This was just enough for you to cut it in half. And then you're gonna use 2 inches on one side and 2 inches on the other side, because you only see just a small amount, right? So that is a little prep work you need to do. Now I got for this one, this little dude right here, right? So some of you will get the couple, and some of you will get the little dude. Now this little dude, he does not have any dies, unfortunately, to work with. That I don't think that there is, no. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just fussy cut this. And we have, it's the luck of the draw with what you get. So that sheet of paper with the otters on it has a mixture of different things, and we tried to be very strategic in our design process so that the way that whatever you got, it looked great. Like that was our whole goal. So you might have this little dude who looks like he just had too much dinner on Thanksgiving Day. He looks like he's ready for a nap. Or you might have the couple who look like they're ready to make out. And you might have there's one more set, I think. So you got, whatever you got, it'll fit in here nicely is the main thing. Oh, thank you, Angelique. That is so correct. It is called stitched nested labels. That is exactly what I'm thinking about. And you're very welcome, Pat. So I'm going to take and cut down here a little bit to get into the grooves here. You could go swoop all the way up and over, but I like to have some of the grass look like it's free here from the rest of the other grass. So just cutting in as far as I can. The cattails as well. We're going to come back up, we'll come back down, and back down, and we're almost done with this. And we made this one into a birthday card. Again, you could do the love you lots, fits in there really nice. You could make it a thinking of you card, a get well card, depending on what your otters, I mean, maybe not with the couple on it if it's a thinking of you card. But, all right, so here's our little dude. He's adorable. He is adorable. He does look like he ate too much turkey at Thanksgiving, right? He's like ready for a mid-afternoon nap here. All right, so that's done. You have a strip here that's 4 inches, right? It's just a strip. So you could have a longer sentiment or a shorter sentiment. And on this one, you have this grass right here. And we actually cut it down so that you have your top here. And then what we did is snipped it right about here. So just so you know that one piece goes on both sides. We thought of the die cutters. So they only had to cut one for that side, right? So there's that, and there's that. And the same thing happens with this one, right? And actually this guy must go over here, and that guy goes there, and the same thing happens here. We did cut it in half. Not quite in half, but we cut it so that one is for two. Right, so that one's gonna go there, that one will go there, and you have a cattail here that is out of Granny Apple. And we actually used a bronze blend to color the cattails this time. So I have to go grab my bronze blend. The same thing happens with our stump or our log here. You're gonna need to cut it in half, just like this, and you're gonna make it look like part is behind on this side and part's on this side to make it look like it's extended, like it got its own extensions. And then you have 2 rocks. Now my sample here has 3, but on Diane's card we actually only used 2. And when we kitted, we actually only used 2. So please, to make a mental note that if you're making this card later and you only have 2 rocks and the picture shows 3, that you only really are getting 3. I'm sorry, I said that wrong even. 2, you're getting 2 scoops. This is embossed for you. You can pick which side you want. And then this is the inside of the other card. And that will go right in the middle. And then you've got a little bit of that pool party satiny silky rope. And you have a pool party base. So what can we stamp? We're going to stamp the happy birthday. And we're going to do the You're Utterly Amazing. How's it going, Annette?
Good.
Yeah?
Well, I think I'm kind of at this point where I'm
Don't know what else to do? You got the whites all cut. Can you glue them?
Sure.
Yeah, why don't you glue all the pink mats and the purple mat? Keep them, you have them paired together, right? You have them crisscrossed to keep them together? Mm-hmm. Yep, and then did you cut the little 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 out of the sides of?
No,
You want to do that?
no.
No, you don't? Ha, she's very honest. She's like, nope. Okay.
I'm afraid I
Can you cut the mat that has the dots embossing is a 5 1/16 by 3 13/16?
Oh, yes.
And then we need it embossed with the dots.
Got it.
Okay, so that can get done.
Okay, sure.
Sure. Okay, perfect. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do the happy birthday here again. So the charming duck pond got pulled in again for this card because of the sentiment. So that'll go here. That looks crooked. So let's just try this again. I'm sure it looked the same on the other cards too, but it really shows off on that one. So we're going to put happy birthday like that. And then we'll do the You're Utterly Amazing on this other one. Remember, we're going to, Angelique says hello. Hi, Kari Dwyer. Angelique said hi, Annette.
Oh, hi.
She says hi. And that's helping me work on swap cards, you guys. They're due tomorrow. And that's how we roll.
That's right.
JIT, just in time. All right, there's Your Utterly Amazing. And that's it for the stamping for today. This guy right here gets cut. I like my stuff angled like this, so I just do a quick little angled angle like that. So that's ready to go. And we can do a little gluing. So we're gonna glue this, we'll glue this, and we'll glue our envelope flap. That's what we'll get done now. So I'll grab this guy, like that. That, and then our envelope bay. Oops, there we go. Okay, so this little octagon-y can go right here. It is centered in the middle of that. So these Countryside corner dies have multiple. There's like 5 of them maybe, and they all kind of nestle inside of each other nicely. Now the fish, which way do they go? Because they're going frontwards and backwards, right? They're going all the ways. Right, so this can go here. And then if you need to just trim off that edge a little bit, just a hair, and then grab the envelope flap. Same thing. Some are going this way. They're like all colliding. And then that can go right on here. Grab that scissors. Let's trim it right away. Around those corners. And then the envelope flap will be ready to go. Okay, and matches nicely. Very good, very good. Okay, so we can glue this guy too, and this one, and this now. So let's flip all these over. Sorry guys, I'm covering you up. And then this one, this one. All right, perfect. And then we got our inside to work with. So we'll do our mat here first. And then our white piece is ready to go on the inside. Perfect. So Pool Party and Lost Lagoon also look really nice together. So that's what we have here. And then grab that tear and tape back. You're going to do another tear and tape sandwich. This time I did do it right through the middle. So grab 2 to be waiting in the wings. And that should end our tear and tape experience for today. And then, ooh, I just lied. We also need to have it on the front because of the way that the card works. So I'm just going to run a piece here and a piece there. And now we actually need 4 more. So just as I said I was done, we need more. So let's grab 4. It will be. It's either in the drawer where you first walk in the room, the countertop there, that first drawer, or it's going to be in with all of them on the credenza. So what you're going to do is a zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Just kidding. We're going to put our Pool Party ribbon down, and you want to center it, top to bottom. And you only need enough to have it so it's flipping over the edge here, right? So grab that. Now, this is where if you want to grab your ruler, you could use your ruler to help you keep it straight on the other side, right, like that. And then catch that tape. And you'll catch it like that. And that will help you to keep it straight and not go crooked. And then we're gonna put another piece here, another piece there to help hold it, and then flip it over and put that on the back. So now we can glue this to the card front because that's ready to go. And it's coming together. This mat now will get popped up with dimensionals. So let's grab a bunch of those and put them all the way around. Oh, look at that. It all stuck together. So let's see. Well, let's just go like that. And then we'll do one like that. There, that's plenty. And then that will go right in the middle, centered top to bottom, left to right. So you see just a little of that pool party ribbon sneaking out, just like that. All right, now comes for the creativity to put this all together. So I am going to set the stump here, and I think I'm going to do it flat this time, just to show you a different way to do it in case you, I said we were done with the tear and tape, but we're not. I'm going to show you a way to make it like, so the very first card, if you didn't like that it was bumped up, you could also do it this way. Okay, so let's put a piece of tear and tape along the bottom, and we're going to put one along the top, all right? And we're going to only pick off the bottom piece. Oh, you're, okay, I love it. Perfect. I'm going to do that, definitely, Donna. So this is my left side, and I left the backing on the top. So this is going to allow us to stick things down in here. It kind of hits this angled edge here, and it is right kind of in line with that pool party. And we're going to do the same thing on this other one. So again, I'm using 2 pieces of tear and tape. The one on the bottom is going to get picked off. I gotta do this flat. And the one on the top is going to stay on until we're very at the end. All right, so let's pick this off. And it also goes near the side here, like that. All right, so now the top is flippy, right? So that we can work with it. Now our otters, I should have tested this, but it did work. So our otter dude here is right in the middle. And we have here, these 2 go on this side. These 2 are gonna go on the other side. We also have a cattail in here, and the cattail's actually on the bottom, and then we have rocks. So I had mentioned that we need to get a blend for this. The blend is gonna be bronze. Or if you have one of the skin tone colors in brown, there's a darker brown, that works too. But ultimately we wanna get this. So the cattail tips are colored. So when you have the brown, you can just use a marker and color them, and it makes them turn brown. All right. And if you give it another coat, it will make it a little darker again. There. So for this one, the cattails are going to go down first, but we need him down here. And I do like the idea of having him popped up though. So let's prep him with some dimensionals. And we're going to have the bottoms off, and we'll leave the top on. Okay, I think we could pick it all off because there's nothing really that's going behind it. The other one had a little bit that might have tucked behind it. So he's going to be hanging out here. And then for the cattail, we're going to grab glue dots. So let's just test this really quick. So I am going to trim off just this little bit of bottom so that it doesn't get stuck at the back there behind it. So this is going to get a glue dot. This is going to get a glue dot. And that's going to get a glue dot. So the cattails will go first, like right about here. And then I've got this one, and it goes slightly to the right and over the cattail, and then the next one can go right about there. You can bring that little cattail to the front, right? Now for the next one, we're going to pick up the glue dot and pick up the glue dot. And the shorter one, I'm going to do the taller one first. That goes right about there. And the one to the right can go right like that. And those are done. Okay, perfecto. Changeo. Cute, right? I love it. So his little tail could use a little dimensional back there. So let's just grab his tail, flip that over, add that dimensional. And then the other thing is, if any of this stuff is too flippy floppy for you, now is the time where you can just flip it over casually and put a little glue. Help hold that down. Same with this. And I'm going to put the glue right on that leaf, which is going to hit the designer paper actually. Help hold that down. Here you could do the cattail. Just a little bit, don't need a lot. Dot, dot, not a lot. And this one here too, you could flip this back. Perfect. Now that helped get that all situated. And we got to bring out the tear and tape one more time. Get 2 pieces. Here I thought we were done with it. And what you can do is put it across the back. And this little cording, I'm going to make it look like it's in a bow. So I'm going to put a loose tail underneath the PP, like right about here, like a little tail. And then I'm going to loop it around to make a little bunny ear, bring it back, make a little bunny ear, and you have a little tail. So you don't have a lot of wiggle room with this, but you have just enough to make 2 short tails and 2 baby bows, baby bunny ears. And what you can do is take that tear and tape, put it right over the top again, and then grab your dimensionals and prep the back of it like that. And then that gets tucked in here. You can figure out where you want it. So I see that I have it down a little lower. I was hesitating about putting it up here, but I like it down tucked in here a little bit so you can see that pool party across the top. And then the gems, we're not done. We have rocks and gems. So Donna had a great idea. She said put one of the gems in his hands. So I have a big and a small, and I'm going to put a big one there, and we're going to put a small one in his hands, like he's holding it. He just found some jewels. And he's excited to take them home. All right, and then I'm going to put the 2 there. And we have rocks. So again, 2 rocks. My card does show 3, but we did only kit it up with 2. All right, so we thought it looked perfectly amazing with having the 2, and it saved our die cutters from having to cut yet another thing, right? So we did just make a note. And do you want it popped up or do you want them flat? I think I'm going to go with them flat. So we're going to put glue here and there. I didn't get this bundle, and this is making me want it. Yay! Or get the designer paper, right? Because all these are from the designer series paper. So we've got a rock here and a rock here. Perfect. And then we can Stella. I'm glad you liked the class, Arla. All right, so we can Stella this all up. Again, reminder, you guys, if anybody still wants to get the class, I have about 20 of this one left. And there's that. Let's Stella some of our greenery, our cattails. Stump is good. Call it. Yay, we did it. All right, and then our envelope flap is already done, and it matchy-matchies. He's adorable, I will say that. Now again, you might not get him. You might get the couple, or there was another one as well. So it just depends on how the paper got cut. Annette, you want to do me a favor? on the edge of the corner, kitty corner, there's some designer series paper that is the otters actually. I was wondering if you could bring it and so I can show everybody the paper really quick and a full size sheet. Thank you very much. So for your swimmy dudes here, we were talking about a mother with a baby. So you might have her and the baby, and it might be with this one or it might be with this one. We did not use these guys. These two guys are whatever they are, swimming together. We didn't use that pair swimming, and we didn't use this pair swimming either, right? So that's how that worked with this sheet. And then for this other one, the sheet looked like this. So some of you may get this set right here. This guy got interchanged with these two, right? So on that very first card, you either got this one or you got this. And if you did get this and you have the die sets, okay, the die actually works for this one right there. It doesn't work for that one. And then for the second, for this last card, you got this, or you may have gotten this set right here. This triple action going on. So, or there's this guy right here where this one is facing that way and that one's facing that way. So just to let you guys know that that's how that'll work. We did not use these guys playing in the grass here. So, all right. Whoop, whoop. It's an oyster with a pearl. Yes, you're right. It's definitely an oyster with a pearl. That is right. All right, let me get that back in here. All right, so that would be the conclusion of making the, whoa. All good? Oh, there goes the folder. Good deal. All right, we can leave it set right on top. Perfect. So that would conclude making all the cards with you guys today. I hope you really enjoyed the 4 cards. I know that Diane and I had a lot of fun making them. We definitely loved putting these together. We tried to go for a little variety of, these are a little bit more intense gourmet cards, and then these two were a little bit easier on you so that it didn't make you as frustrated while you're trying to put all your pieces together. We got to feature the Otterly Amazing Stamp Set alongside the Charming Duck Pond got pulled in for some of the sentiments and the cattails, which is super cool. And definitely pulled in everything from the suite. So in case you guys may have overlooked it because it wasn't something on your radar, now you know it's out there. The paper really is, to me, the paper is the most amazing part of the whole suite because with the paper, you can make lots of amazing creative things. You don't necessarily have to have the stamp set. So that's good. All right. How's it not doing now? Are you like done?
I can't find the holder.
The embossing folder?
Yeah.
Did you look in the drawer? In the counter?
The magnet?
No, in the countertop by the light switch. When you walk in the craft room door, there's a counter there with the drawer right in the front. There's
Oh, there-
there's
you put 'em in
embossing
the
folders.
drawer now?
Those are, that's where my extra ones go, and that's probably where it got put. Okay, so that very first drawer in that 36-inch cabinet, there's embossing folders right in the front. Okay, so you guys, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pull my book here. Yay, Rosie really enjoyed it. Okay, I've got to put this back here. Okay, so we have here people who placed an order to get the class for free will get in on the drawing. And you guys, I did not do my numbers beforehand, so just give me 10 seconds and we'll put a number next to everybody who ordered to get the class for free. 13, 14, 15, 16. I think it's at 16. Okay. I don't think I missed anybody. Okay, so we're going to do the random number generator here. And we will pick a random winner to win a door prize. So we said 16. And the drum roll, please. Number 14, it goes to Angela Knutson. Yay, Angela is our door prize winner for class tonight. Perfect for special people who get cards. Absolutely. I love how you design your cards. I might get the DSP. Yay, yep. So you can definitely get your fill of the otters. Did you find it? It's the only one I have, and it just made it back in that folder or that drawer instead. I do not have 2 of everything. I do have a lot of everything, like 1 time, but not 2. All right. So the other thing we're going to do here, you guys, if you give me a moment in time, I got to find from Kelly. Hang on. Let's look for Kelly really quick. Kelly Lamb sent me a Google Doc All right. So I'm going to have to operate out of my phone a little bit here. So for the December monthly creative challenge, this is if you submitted a card. So let's go to my Facebook page, and underneath where the featured section is, there is, oh, now I got to click on it again. Every month I do a monthly creative challenge, and it's under, hang on, under the featured section. And when you go to December, and it was, oh, where did it go? I thought I had it pinned, but oh my goodness, it won't go back there. December 26th, no, that's not it. The bingo thing, nope. All right, so it looks like this, but this is for January's, right? So it's monthly creative challenge. Kelly pulled the names. So what happens is, if you want to submit a card for the month of January, it would have to feature Valentine's Day, wedding, and or anniversary themed. And so for the month of December, there were other themes. And Kelly pulled all the names, and it looks like there were 11 people that participate, or 11 cards that got submitted. So I'm going to do this one by 11, and we're going to generate. Oh, number 11. Okay, so this is the monthly creative challenge was number 11. Number 11 is, oh man. So I bet you any money I got to go back. Okay, this is going to be a little bit hard, but I got to go back in here like this. Okay, I should have printed this beforehand. Number 11 is Deb Norman. All right, Deb, congratulations. Not sure if you're still watching, but you are the winner for December. The class card challenge is where if you submit cards from classes, like so this class right here, if you get your 4 cards done, snap a picture of it and submit it for the month that's going on right now. So this is the class card challenge. And so this is where you could submit. So like Susan Warmley got her December ink, paper, scissors done, and she shared her pictures. I love to see that you guys get your cards done. I really do. And so this is where you would share this month. Well, for December, let's see if it pulls up. So December, we had 12 people, 12 different, okay, so it's not based off of person, it's how many card classes got done. So we have 12 different names, and I will, let's see if I can do this random number generator without losing, okay. Is it going to work? No, it's not going to. So hang on. I have to go back here. This is going to take me a moment, you guys. Usually I have it printed out. So there were 12. So let's go back to the random number generator, and we're going to put 12 in here. And we're going to hit generate. Oh, number 11 again. All right, so number 11 is our winner. And I'm going to learn just to go here. Number 11 is Sandy Coy Emery. Sandy, I don't know if you're still watching, but you get a prize for that. Yay. Thanks to everybody who shared their cards. And then the top fans, we had 6 picked, and we're going to pick 3 of you. So top fans works based off of Facebook. If you're noted as a top fan, what we do is we pulled 6 names, and we're going to do a random drawing for 3 people to win prizes. But top fan is if you, like, let's say, if you have a little gem next to your name, like Linda Hunt here has a top fan. So what we do is we go through and we randomly pick some top fans, and then we'll pick 6. Out of 6, we're going to pick 3. So let's go back to here. We're going to put 6 in and click generate number 5. So we're going to pick 3 numbers here, and they can't duplicate. So 5, 1, and 2. All right, so let's go back here and see who they were. Number 5 is Millie Kindle. Yay, Millie. Number 1 is Sherry Ott. And number 2 was Donna Winter. Yay, so you girls are our top fan winners. All right. For Share, Create, Inspire is another class that I do where you share your cards. So there were 3 people for that. And then for Mystery Card, there were 26 that shared. So we're going to pick, I'm just going to remember what this is. There's 26. And then for the December VIP, we have 14 people. I'm going to write this down. And for the bingo board, we're going to draw a couple winners. So 14. So we're going to do 2 winners for that. So I'm just writing these down so I don't have to keep toggling back and forth. We'll do all the random number generators first, and then we'll come back and see who the winners are. So for Share, Create, Inspire, we're going to pick a winner. There were 3 people. And so we're going to hit generate number 1. So we'll come back and figure out who number 1 was. Mystery Card Night, we're going to pick 2 winners for that. So we're going to hit generate. Is number 3 and number 6. For the VIP drawing, there were 14. So one person from my VIP group will have the opportunity to win a half-off bundle. So number 7. And for the bingo board, you guys, there were a bunch of people who got bingos on the bingo board. We're going to pick 2. So number 8 and number 5. So hopefully we have unique winners throughout the whole thing. If anybody wins twice, I always go back and pull another name just because I like more people to win. So let's go back here. Share, create, inspire. We had number 1 was Donna Gruski. Yay, Donna. Congratulations. Mystery card goes to Debbie Gast. Yay, Debbie. You were number 3 on our list. Number 6 is Judy Sharp. Judy Sharp. Yay, Judy. All right, VIP half off. It was number 7, which is Laura Johnson. So Laura, you and I need to connect about getting a half off bundle from my stash. So it's something that I have already in my stash. That's a bundle. It could be past or current depending on what I have. And I'll reach out to you to get you a picture so you can see what that's all about. Let's see here. Mystery we got, VIP. And now bingo boards were number 8. Deb Norman, but Deb, you've already won a prize, so we'll go back and pick somebody else. Feline Mays. Yay, Feline. And then, so we'll go back here and we'll pick another winner. And thank you very much. Now, all right, so we have here, there were 14. So let's go back and put 14 in here. Number 2. Okay, so let's go back to see who number 2 is. Number 2 is Anna Ribadoo. Awesome. So we are going to give Anna a prize as well. All right. So we had Deb Norman, Sandy Coy Emery, Millie Kindle, Sherry Ott, Donna Winter, Donna Gruski, Debbie Gass, Judy Sharp, Laura Johnson, Anna Ribadoo, Feline Mays. And now there's another one. You guys, I did a really big What's Coming Up newsletter. I sent it out sometime in middle of December, I believe. And there was a hidden question in there that was, what are you looking forward to in 2025? And I kept track of everybody's names for that in my computer. My computer's upstairs in my craft room. And so I will pick a random winner. So the question was really hidden deep down into the email. And I used to do emails or newsletters on a monthly basis, and it just got to be a lot. It really did get to be a lot. And so there was always a hidden question in every newsletter. And so I had a really long What's Coming Up email, and at the very, very end or the bottom, I actually put in my hidden question in there that was, what are you looking forward to most in the upcoming year? And there were about 10 or 12 people that responded that said, I made it all the way through the bottom of your email, and this is my answer. And I was so amazed because I was so delighted to see that many people made it to the end of the newsletter, because I'm sure you guys, you can get distracted very easily, and there was a lot of stuff in there. So I will, when I have a moment, I will pull those names and figure out who the winner is, and they will also get a prize. So I did not forget about that. And also from my small business showcase, I remembered that there were a couple people who also shared, and I am trying to remember, I had drawn a winner, but I don't remember who that is. So I will, I'll have to put the winners in a post. I'm going to have Kelly start helping me get back on track with the winners post starting this month, because it's a lot to keep track of it all. But I have it all. It just doesn't always make it out to the announcements. So, Bigger Tigger is getting lots of love. He's so adorable. Annette's giving Bigger Tigger some love. Yeah, he needs it. All right, so congratulations to all the winners. Yay. Okay, and I have the year-end questions. We have not pulled the winners from that yet. So if you're still seeing the year-end guessing game questions and you haven't submitted your answers, there is still time. I don't believe that Kelly has it on her radar to do that until Tuesday-ish. So you still have the weekend to go back and look at those and put your guesses in. And what we're going to do is set up a special live right after the escape is done. So not next week, but the week after. Once the escape is done, so the week of the 14th, I will go live and go through all of the answers, and then we'll announce who the winners are from those guessing game questions that we had. So we did it. Yes, congratulations to all the winners. Here we go. We got 2 lives in for the week and for the new year already. So we did good. Yay. All right. So tomorrow morning, I'll be in person class with a few gals. Oh, no more than a few, but I think there's 7 or 8 that are coming in for class tomorrow. We're doing the fun folds tomorrow. And then I have the fun folds again Monday night. And then we rock and roll right into the escape on Thursday. So again, you guys, you probably think I'm a broken record, but my goal is to get through a lot of the emails by Sunday so that for those that are doing the escape with me, I will have another update email come either Sunday night or first thing Monday morning. And anybody who has signed up for it by then will get in on the update email that I have. So stay tuned for that. For those participating in the swaps for the escape, make sure you get them into me tomorrow, Sunday at the latest, Monday at the absolute latest, right? We're going to probably work on swapping them out on, I would guess, Monday morning. So perfect. Huh. Do we miss anything, Annette?
I don't think so.
All right.
Tigger's not gonna let us work.
Oh, you guys, there's a kitten right here. So you can see,
Not gonna let me work.
he's not gonna, so he's like, he plopped down right where she's working. And this is what Bigger Tigger does. He just finds wherever anybody's working and he plops down right on top. I don't know if you guys can zoom in here. Look at this kitten here. Yep, he's a happy kitten. He's staring up into Annette's eyes saying, I love you. Thank you for giving me love, Annette. He's just camped out right there, right where she's trying to work on some cards. That is our boy. Okay. Oh, he's so happy. Oh, happy kitten. All right, you guys. Oh, yeah, I'm watching it now. You guys can see him. He's looking up into her eyes saying, I'm mesmerized by your touch, Annette. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to sign off. I think we should be good. I have some happy mail, but I think we'll save it for afterwards. If you guys remember last year, my happy mail piled up and if you remember, if you go back and watch any videos from last January, you will see that the whole back here got piled up with happy mail. I made sure not to have that happen again because it was a lot to go through all that happy mail. And I found a check or 2 in there last year. So I tried to make sure that I stayed up on the happy mail. I have about this much to do. It's like that many, maybe like 10 cards, but I'll save it for next week because I still had some mail that came in that's sitting on the table. When I get live again on the 15th, I think it's for Share, Create, Inspire, I'll go through some more happy mail with you guys, but I did a bunch of it last night. Okay. All right, you guys, whatever your weekend plans are, I hope that they go fabulously well. Make some cards, make some dinner, make some popcorn, watch a movie, enjoy life, make lots of cards, do some scrapbook layouts, whatever it is that makes you happy. So, oh yeah, boxes and boxes. Yes, it was lots of cards to get through last year. So whatever you guys have on the docket for this weekend, I hope you enjoy it. Have lots of fun, stay warm, stay dry, and we'll see you again soon. All right, love you a long time. Salt and lots of sunshine, love and big hugs to you. Bye.